Pause on these two red dots. They are not dead pixels, and they are not a camera warning. They are lasers mounted on NOAA's deep-sea robot, fixed exactly 10 centimeters apart. That tiny gap turns a flat video into a measuring tool. In this real footage, recorded 1,108 meters down, scientists used the laser spacing to estimate this chimera at about 25 centimeters long. But the dots are only the first clue. Deep-sea footage is full of signals that look like noise until you know how to read them. White particles that feed an ecosystem, colors that work like camouflage, living lights attached to an animal, and holes that scientists still cannot explain. Here are 5 details to watch for. By the end, the next deep-sea video you see will look less like scenery and more like evidence. The second clue looks like dirty water or bad compression. Hundreds of pale specks drifting past the lens. This is marine snow. It begins near the surface with phytoplankton and microbes. As it sinks, it collects waste, dead and decaying material, sediment, and other organic debris. To us, it looks like static. To animals in the deep ocean, it can be a primary source of energy. Some filter it from the water. Others scavenge what reaches the sea floor. The trip downward can take weeks. The particles collide, grow, and often sink faster. Currents can move them sideways, while microbes and animals consume part of the material on the way. So when the screen suddenly fills with snow, the camera may be crossing a denser stream of food and carbon moving from the sunlit ocean into the dark. The third clue is a color that should not look useful down here: bright red. Under the white lights of the remotely operated vehicle, this shrimp is almost impossible to miss. In its natural environment, the effect is reversed. Water removes colors from sunlight unevenly. Red and orange disappear first, while blue travels farther. By around 100 meters, there is effectively no red light left for a red animal to reflect. The same shrimp can appear gray, dark, or nearly black. That makes red a form of camouflage in open water, where there may be nowhere else to hide. The ROV is not showing us how the animal normally looks. Its lamps are restoring wavelengths that the deep ocean removed. Whenever a deep-sea animal looks unusually red on camera, imagine the vehicle's light switching off. The color is not advertising the animal. It is helping it disappear. The fourth clue appears for only a moment, so do not blink. This is a Dana octopus squid. On the tips of 2 arms are bright organs that NOAA describes as bioluminescent spotlights. The animal is producing visible light with chemistry inside its body. Bioluminescence can help deep-sea animals hunt, communicate, confuse predators, or escape. The exact purpose depends on the species, and scientists still do not know the answer in many cases. Most ocean bioluminescence is blue. Blue light travels farther through seawater than warmer colors, so a blue signal can remain visible where red would vanish. The challenge is observation. Bright vehicle lights may change an animal's behavior or overwhelm a faint flash. A brief point of light, a glowing arm tip, or a cloud that appears and disappears may be the most important event in the entire clip. The final clue is the most honest one because it has not been decoded. In 2022, NOAA found strangely regular rows of holes in sediment on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Some were seen at about 2,540 meters. More appeared on a later dive between roughly 1,440 and 1,500 meters. Small piles of sediment around the opening suggested excavation. The ROV tried to inspect the holes, collected sediment, and took water for environmental DNA analysis. The samples did not reveal what made them. Similar patterns had been recorded in the region in 2004. Scientists have used the term Lebensspuren, meaning life traces, marks left when organisms disturb the seafloor. An animal living below the sediment or a feeding appendage working from above could be involved. The origin remains unknown. And look, the red laser dots appear here too. Even when scientists do not know what created a pattern, the footage still records its scale. That is the real way to watch a deep-sea dive. 2 red dots can be a ruler, white specks can be food, a red body can be camouflage, a tiny glow can be a living signal, and a neat row of holes can be a question no one has answered. Which clue should we decode next?